Good morning, everyone, to the One Take Sunday, which is again not going to be a one take Sunday. I just got out of the shower and I'm going to do my hair. And even though I don't have locks, I figured I'll just show you how I do my hair. Let me find a more appropriate place to put this camera. So I use this for my hair. And to be honest, I really love it. It's a defining curl custard, but I don't like the smell. It smells like kids' candy, really sweet, and yeah. I don't really like that smell in my hair because it's not very professional. It's not very much for adults. And that's really all I do. I see all of these people on YouTube with curls who take forever to do their hair, but this is just what I do. I just put some stuff in my hair, let it dry like this, then put it up in a bun. I'm ready to go. All right. So I'm outside. I figured I'd show you what it looks like where I am, because most people don't know that I'm not in the US. Many people are surprised when I say I'm in Europe. So I'm in the Netherlands, which is a very small country in Europe, and not everyone knows where it is, and that the capital is Amsterdam. So most of you might know Amsterdam, which is the capital of the Netherlands. So fun fact. So you probably saw me wearing the TPL merch just now when I did my hair tutorial thing. Oh yeah, I'm on a bike, by the way. That's something we do a lot in the Netherlands, biking. And I've been working on the store that will allow you to order the merch, but I'm not happy with what it looks like. I've been wearing the hoodie for a while and I don't like the quality of it, so I'm not comfortable sending it to you just yet. So you're gonna have to hold on just for a few more weeks as I explore a new company that's able to ship to the US. And yeah, get you a hoodie that'll last longer, because I could sell this one for a cheaper price, but I'm not really comfortable doing that. I want to make something that I enjoy wearing, that you enjoy wearing, and I'll show you an example when I'm home. Okay, I am back home and I am going to show you what this sweater looks like up close, because then you might get an idea of that I'm not really happy with the quality of this sweater. And yeah. Okay, my lens is not that great at showing you this up close. I will try and insert a clip with my phone showing you what I mean. So yeah, please be a bit more patient for the merch. What else do I want to talk about, actually? I haven't really thought this through. Maybe I should have asked you questions to ask me before I did this One Take Sunday. This week I am starting a new segment on this channel as well, which will probably come out in the next week or 2 weeks, in which I want to demonstrate the different ways how you can get locks. Because many people who watch this channel don't have locks, and they often ask me questions on which methods should they use and how should they do it. So I actually visited my mom over the weekend, and I brought back an old trusty friend that I haven't used in forever, which is this, a crochet hook. So this is the first method this is the second method I use to get my locks done. Yeah, maybe we should do that. Maybe we should do a little run through of the different ways how I got locks, and I can insert some pictures or videos of how I did that, because when I was really young, my stepdad had locks, and he already had super long locks. And when I was 14, 15, I wanted to get locks, and he always used to say that I should just let my hair be and then let it lock and then pull apart, because that's the method that he used. And after they started locking, he would retwist his hair maybe once a year or so. But my hair is way finer than his hair. His hair is, I'd say a 4C, I think, or something like that. So it's way more coarse, and his hair locks very, very easily. So for him, it's easy to just let his hair be, and it locks very quickly. For my hair, even if I do retwist my hair, it takes a lot of time, especially for the hair around the edges, to start forming locks. And I don't think I ever did a freeform way of locks, because I'm sure if I do nothing about the hair around my forehead, it would never lock up really. Maybe after like 5 or 6 years, but I always had to kind of twist the hair and do something to it to make it lock. So the first time I got locks, therefore, I sat down with my mom. We did the 2-strand twists, and after like a few weeks, we used beeswax. And man, that was a bad idea. That was a really bad idea. Because beeswax, in most cases, it's like this black, really, it's like a paste, it's wax. So we used way too much of it. I had literally black like patches in my hair from the wax being stuck in my hair. And it does make your hair lock, so it does do the trick, but it also leaves a terrific amount of buildup in your locks. It makes your hair very unhealthy, because you keep putting this wax over top of the other, and we wouldn't really know what we were doing. So if you ever use wax, use very little, and if you can, use none, because it did nothing for my hair. It actually made everything worse. So after I think 2 months or so, I cut off my hair. That's the longest hair I had. I think it was almost down to my waist. And I cut it off like at the root, literally cut every lock off. And I had super short hair. And that was the first time in my life that I had short hair. And I actually enjoyed it. I wanted short hair for a long time, because I never liked sitting down, having to do my hair, having to comb out my hair. So after that, I grew my hair back out, and I think a year or two later, I wanted locks again, because I had started researching how to get locks on the internet, and I could mostly find white people with straight hair doing tutorials on how they got locks, because if you have straight hair, it's even more difficult to get locks. And most people use a crochet hook. So that's when I started looking into getting a crochet hook, because I didn't know that there were other ways apart from the freeform method to get my hair locked quickly, because I wanted to get from having long hair to getting locks like the next day. I was super impatient. So I used a crochet hook and I got locks, and my locks were quite thick. I don't think I ever had them that thick again, and they stood up all the time. So I always wore like a headband to kind of get them down, and whenever I washed my hair, they would like fall nicely, but then I would crochet hook my hair again to make it look like one uniform lock, and then they would stick out again. So I think if I stuck with that set of locks, that would have been pretty cool, because I didn't put stuff in my hair. I washed my hair regularly. My scalp was really healthy. So I was actually really happy with that set of locks, but I did get impatient at some point, and I cut them again, or I combed them out. So after that, I restarted my locks, I think 3 years later, by comb coils. And that is actually a few videos of that, I believe, are still live on this channel, where I used a comb and some locking gel, and I comb coiled my hair, and just kept retwisting every week in the beginning, because my hair would come undone like immediately after I washed my hair. Quickly I could move on to retwisting it once a month, and I think by the 7 or 8 month mark, my hair was almost fully locked, apart from
around the edges. And I had that set for 1.5 years. So I think the longest I've had locks is a year, 1.5 years, or 1 year and 7 months, something like that. And then I cut them because of work, of university. I didn't want to be seen as unprofessional. And thinking back, I think many people struggle with that, even though the community itself does not see locks as something that can't be professional. But we are still influenced by how media perceives us, how other people perceive us. And I'm sure that many people watching who have locks have had people looking at their hair, and then once they get to know you a little bit better, start asking you questions like, do you even wash your hair? How do you get to your hair to do that? They ask a lot of questions because not much is known in the general public about locks, apart from people like Bob Marley and the Rastafari who would freeform their hair. So I was definitely affected by that, and I wanted to have my hair kind of like this or up in a bun because that was more socially accepted, I thought, and it was very applicable to the field that I was getting into. So I think it's a shame that many stories that make it to the news are mostly negative stories. We've seen the video of the guy who's about to do a wrestling match, who has to cut his hair just before he does the match because the referee is not letting him wrestle with his locks. We've seen a woman cutting guys' locks and saying that now that they've cut their locks, they are on their way to becoming gentlemen. So there is a lot still that needs to be discussed and popularized before people start to be educated about the different ways in which you get locks and the meaning behind locks and how locks can be a very professional hairstyle. But yeah, I would like to know of the people watching if you've ever had experiences with your locks in the workplace, if you ever cut your locks or combed them out because you felt like it wasn't really accepted and it maybe made your chances of getting a job smaller. Because I know I certainly have that, and my stepdad, who cut his locks, actually did so because he wanted to get a better job, and then now he has locks again. But I think many people struggle with that, and hopefully one of the positive effects of this channel and many other people who make videos on locks on YouTube will help form a more positive outlook on locks. Yeah, so that hopefully people in the future who want to get locks don't have to think about those things if they are getting locks, and they can still get a great job and things like that. So yeah, I think we'll leave it there. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.